Inene si sumanai. Sumanaina wana kuma. Inakawaka na yenetikiwa. Nawutuine. Thawana kakunesia. Alia kwa kataniwate. Sania.
Hello, hello everyone. We are here one more week of Light Languages and Collective Healing Intentions. I'm Ismael Rodriguez. We are in week 134 and we are going to start with some blessings to clear the space and protect the space. First person in the screen is Brother Wesley. Whenever you like, tukuata, kuata, tikaba, matuana. Do you want to go later on, Wesley? It's up to you.
Yeah, I can go. I'm just
gonna
go.
Huatana.
Yeah, I will. Huatana. I'm gonna start now. Huata. Suatata. Mayo.
Makatumata.
Batata. Oitoka. Duata. Mioa. Suakata. Mawayata. Kayata. Kawayata. Muakata. Maua ia matua ku sa makutu kutu bawa kata babu yu wata muaka ta ia maua awasa ia wata kata tata kata tu ia kutu bawa ia wa Wasata tu mbata kututu mbata mbawa huaya huaya wa yu wata watutu muakata ia ta wa ia wa ia wa ia wa ya wa mawa ia wa ia wa tawa ta tu ia ka ia wa ia wa wakata usata na maya mawa ia ka mia ta ana ananuata ia ta to Moa sa ta ta tu bata bata no to maya ka to tawa sa kana kia ya moa jana kunaka kiniki wa hua shuata tu ya kina wa sama mua ya ma kunwa shunwa su to niya haya huwa ta hukata kunwa kata wata wata tu ta tu bata tu Pawa saku ta yu akaniku ya kata tenuka tato ta ki kotoko. Wow, thanks very much. Suka waka. That's an overdrive, man, big time. Konu waka, kanikwa, aka, payawata. What's this? Payawa.
Now it's Jacob Hatuana.
Thank you.
Sila wa ti ni wa na si na ni na si wa ma na ni wa kila ni si iwe wa shi anina wa ta si ni na masala ta ken si ni na ta wa na saki na na thank you.
Anatuna ka utana asutum tu anakata tu anakatu anakat au bantak untu anakuntu anata anakuana They are masters of joy, really. Kaguana, tikuana, katus, uana, tatumana. And in the times we are living, taguana is much needed. Awamaka umtanaka, tikanamata, also anakana, tukuanata. Thank you, brother Juana. And now it's Tiara.
I was always trying to set in because I want to play my drum to set the camera in a different
Take
place.
your time, love. Take your time.
I'm always a place. So yeah, I have like a little. Since I have this little friends here with me, saying it's a little Mr. Snail and Mr. and Bunny. They are galactic ascended masters from ascended Earth already. And there is a snail teaches to slow down and like slow down, and be patient. And Bunny is like, she's like very joyful and happy, and she's like fast. And they're very different, but they're trying to find a way to be in unity together. Yeah. So again, unity. Big thing is like clearing separation and anchoring unity, where we're all equal. There is no discrimination. There's no hierarchy, and everyone is beautiful and important the way we are. And so it's very important right now, really, for all to see that. Beyond anything and everything, how everyone is important on Earth in any way, shape, or form. Can you hear the chickens singing?
Yeah. Atumaka, ataumaka, sinaka.
Yeah,
They're part of it. Kuaka.
Bird medicine. Like birds, they're actually natural DNA activators, just like bird thinking activates our DNA, but just hearing them. So it's really powerful. I feel like recently past hour get hit in my solar plexus and feel like this a big power getting in our sovereignty and power in our own truth and stand in our truth, and to not let no one take our power away from us. And knowing our heart is guiding us. To be able to clear see and discern is a discernment, that divine purity and love, and just really be sometimes just careful with what we bring our attention to and energy to, and
Thank you, lovely. Kawata tukwa tusuana.
I almost got lost in I was like, I don't know how long am I doing it? I was like, am I doing it for too long? Like, it's like so deep, so many different like energies like clearing.
Yeah,
but I'm
clearing.
still like my heart and my soul plexus still like this energy that needs clearing for sure. Like after all this events, unexpected last minute events before the call.
So important that we share this and that we connect in this soul level. Kaguna tukuanata wana makes everything much easier. Tanuana kawata.
It's all collective. It's all very deep collective stuff too.
Super.
Yeah.
Our collective energy is so powerful. And here in the group, the energy here in the group alone is super powerful. Super powerful. And any exercise or intention that we set, it becomes stronger, of course, tawana, and more effective. Thank you, Tiara Kawana. Tikawana, I'm happy that you are happy. Kawana, Tikawana. And now is Melissa. Did you feel?
Yeah. Thank you. That was lovely. Arishana mo rashata makati no notaya roshana mukoya nata shokumarenati unoto shikini mo roshata. Iakora shanati marashata mare shikiti anato toyere shiti manato tiara. Iamare shakoti niditi amare shakati mokotaya roshana. Ianati shikamare nitiara shakani timoro shukotai titiaro shotaya manata. Iamare shakoti netiamoro shakati nonotayaro shakani timorosha. Iaku tutoteare shana tiamokani nitioro shataya manata kutoteare shana. Iaku mare shika tiaro shatia mare tayaro shakamana tiokumanata. Iakatia moro shukoti arashatia rashakata. Iakatia mora shakatia roshakatia mora shinitio kumanana. Iakumara shatia rashanato payanato tiare shukapapayoro shukunata. Iakumare shikati noto teare shikia manata manati oroshukamanata. Iakumare shikanati anoto teare shamanati oroshukutu teare ni tiamaroshuko. Iaka ini tiamare shukonati anata shukomanata. Yamaro shukoto teare ni tiamarata yonoto shukata. Yaromana. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Thank you. Patapata kapus unturua. Shika marakata. Tus unturua. Takatiana. O naka umanaku nataka untana. Iana umana tika wamani. O nata umama. Kama umana umana. Makata matakuwana. Matakana makata. Wanakawata. Niumakanata untana. Onakumanatawata. Chaumakanata. Onekawanakanata. Chauaka. Onakuana. Takuanata. Chinakunata. Tuanatawana. Samamanakana. And after these blessings, let's do a quick grounding meditation. Very simple. Wanaka tuana. We're going to show that there is no need to stay for hours to do some grounding. With few minutes, we can do it. Kawana tukun tuana. So let's start by taking some deep breaths. And we visualize the great sun. A much bigger sun than the one in our solar system. Tawanakawanata. And this greater sun connects to all the other suns in the all solar systems, in the galaxies and universes, including our Tawana. And then we set the intention to receive the light from our sun, Tawana. And we inhale, we take this energy from the sun, and when we exhale, we spread it everywhere in our system. We expand this energy everywhere. Taumata kumana, niyamakawama, onete kawuma, sonikawana, taumada, enakuwana, spirals of golden energy going down everywhere in our system. Takurumamanak tuwanakawum, ewanakawum tawana. And once you visualize your body full of this golden light, we send this love, this high frequency to the center of Mother Earth. And as we do that, we feel connected to this energy. We don't feel it anymore like just coming from the sun. We make it ours, as part of it. Takumata tatsukuana. And we send it with love to Mother Earth, to the center, to the inner sun in the center of Mother Earth. And once it gets there, Mother Earth sends us back another column of energy. It can be any color, and that color is going to be the one that you need to balance your system. It can be neutral, transparent, or it can be purple, or any color. I can see a pink color coming to me. Kawana nakata, turumata katina namata kuntutuna takawana, sinyumana. And we do this as we take deep breaths, in taking the energy, now from both, from the sun and from Mother Earth, and mixing this energy in our body. And we can visualize now the symbol of the infinite. And we can see that we are in the middle, connecting the sun and earth. Tuana, and the energies, both energies merging in our body. Tuana kupatagun tuanana. So we take energy from both of them, but we don't hold into that energy. We let it circulate freely, totally free, so that nothing gets stuck in any muscle, in any part of our body. Hanaturuna kuana. Ewana, and we set the intention for this to continue every moment. Tawana tuwana. And any time that you want to ground, just remember this simple exercise. We always do it here because we are going to deal with very powerful energies. Awana kuwana tuwana wumana. And the more light languages we share, the more these energies increase. Hanatunatana, wanatuwanana. And it's important to remind ourselves to let it circulate because it feels really good. And that naturally makes us hold into it. But we are not going to do that. We are going to let it flow and we are going to send it to Mother Earth because we know that Mother Earth is going to nurture us as well. Tuanakuanatiana. And we are going to send it to the sun back. Kuanatikana. Whatever that energy coming from Earth, we send it also to the sun, to our sun. And our sun will be sending that energy to all the other suns in the galaxies and the universes, reaching at the end the greater sun. Takuanakatuntanakata. O tierra, kuanakata. O sanwanakata, tuntuanata. O anakata, tiananakuana. O anakata. O anakata, tianarawana. Ewanakabuana, tuanakata. Makahu matakata itamata. To mataka. Kamata. Sumatakata. Chukuanata. Thank you. Wakana. Oanakuana. Tiwamana. Tikawa matakuana. Tishanawana. Oanauana. Teo makaua. Tiumana. Ianakuana. Unakauntana. Oanakuana. Tianakuana. And if you feel ready now, I really feel very warm. Hatu anaku tu sun tu anakawana kaun tanawana. Ewana. If you feel ready, we can set some intentions. We are going to set the intention first for ourselves and then for everybody else and for everyone, for the planet and the rest of the existence. Kuata uma anakuma tata. O nakautanata. Eni anahuan tawanata. Huana tawana. Eni akawana. Ewa matawana. Awana tawanata. Tikamanata kawanata. And at the end I felt free your hearts. Free your hearts. Tahutana. Dianakuna. The mind is constantly setting a rhythm. Hanuna takun tawana. In the way we process things. Tavum tatikama tawana tabum tanahwana. So let these light languages transcend all that control and pace. And let's be free. Kumataka osana kuntuanaka tuana. Anau anau anai nakaumana. Eneta mamaku tosawanaku tuana. Wanakawana. And if when you are setting the intentions, you feel your creativity flowing and you want to express anything, please do. Wana, kuwana, tuwana, because that's why we are here. We are here to let anything come through. Kuwana, anything divine from the light. Takuana, eniyamaka untuana, eniyamaka utuana, takuana, takuana. Did you want to go ahead, Wesley, when you're ready? Rawama. Jacob is already with the with the sound thing.
We're waiting for it.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love it.
Was I did I have my speaker open all the time?
I don't think so. No.
Oh yeah, because I have a new phone, so I'm just trying to get used to the Zoom, and it's a bit different. All right.
No.
So the attention, thanks very much. Whoa. The original transceiver.
It's really tough to speak English when you are immersed in these languages. English or any language, even my mother language, I cannot speak it now. Wata tukuana. Atuana, tukuana. I just feel like languages wants to come. Tuama, tukumata, tumata, and
actually it's funny because there was a few documentaries and stuff that came across, and they were talking about the English being mind made, like, and just the frequency. It's all about frequency and actually the vibration that's been transferred through the older languages, and it connecting back into the heart. I imagine they would be saying, really. Well, they weren't saying that, but that's what it is. But they were saying about certain nodal points as well, I would imagine, in the whole sharing of it. But anyway,
I totally resonate with that, because it does feel to me when I learn it, even now after years and years, after 20 years, I feel that is more like it's more like a mind language. And there are other languages that they are more Romance. They are called Romance languages, and this is French, this is Italian, and Spanish, and they have this in history in the past. They were talking more about feelings and expressing more feelings and all of that. And English also had that period with Shakespeare and a lot of. I think every language has like a cycle, no? A cycle where it's very much from the mind, and there are other times that they are more connected to the heart. But in general, I feel that the language is more from the mind. It has become more like that. So many people speak and they don't even mean what they are saying. They don't connect their emotions to what they say. It's like the language is separate from emotion, from love.
And just a connection. So like even when we're working with this here, I think actually Jacob said it, actually similar, because I just would say, as Jacob said it, but like there's a whole reservoir of energetic information. And it's not even information, it's just that essence that you're already connected to anyway. So it's like you're meeting an individual or individuals on that intricate, and you actually, as well you said, that the circuitry of, and it's amazing. It's amazing because it's no, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, or this, because of the mind, like. But yeah, so it's like you're just being present with whatever it is, and it's not even whatever it is. That's what it actually is anyway.
Yeah, it depends from the angle we are actually looking at what we are saying, because the language itself, it can become the most lovely or loving language in the world. It all depends if you are connecting to that reservoir that Jacob mentioned to you, Anakuana. Because if I mean what I'm saying in English, the language itself become a very loving, very also romance maybe language, very lovely language. But yeah, if people use it, it depends in the way we use it, really. But because over the history has been used very much with the mind only, Eneti and Akuana. But again, it depends, because when I was working in the hospital, the elderly people I was looking after and taking care of the way they were talking in English, you will fall in love in seconds. But it's because of that connection. They were lovely grandpas and grandmas. I was in love with them. Working with them was tough, but they were making it easier because of that love, and they really liked to teach me English. Awana, tawana, tuwana.
Amazing.
And we have this saying that when we become older, we become children again. Hanatun tawana. So that means that we connect the language as well to our soul, and we become that child again. And that's why it's so lovely to talk to old people. I love it. I can spend ages talking to them.
And yeah, the great reservoir, yeah, it's what was said, and I thought of it, and it was like, for me a shock, because it was like, we were plugging into the reservoir, speaking of the reservoir, and it's it is there,
Well, no, I was about to say it, but you said it. You were saying when we were driving, remember driving? And you were just about to say it, and now you just came to total flow, like.
But the night before we were speaking, and you were speaking about the Christians, and you were saying that they are tapping into, and I thought the reservoir, and you said the reservoir, and I said, oh my God, this is what I exactly thought, and it's a word that it wouldn't be like any daily word that you would just think of.
Yeah,
it pops up. So I think humans are now plugging into the great reservoir, and they feel it's collective, and you can get knowledge from it without getting to media or anything else.
Don't you think that the Akashic record is the same thing? To me, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
they just like to call it Akashic record because it's a fancy name, let's say. It's more fancy. But reservoir to me is that place where everything is.
Yeah, and actually it's funny because you brought up with the media. Yeah, totally, as well, about the Akashic Record, the living, breathing library, which we're actually speaking anyway, where it's all around us, and that's what we're working with. Suna, huya, kiwa, magic, suata. Yeah, like even, which is fascinating, is even that, like even the media, or even mainstream stuff, we could actually start speaking stuff from what we're working with. So if you're tapping into this, you're tapping into that. And then before you know it, it's become mainstream TV. They're up in the news, or you might have some presenter and they're starting to speak it, and they're like going, whoa. They weren't saying this 2 years ago, or they weren't saying that 5 years ago. So they're starting, and some of them are starting to become more consciously aware of consciousness anyway. So they're starting to use these words. And then other of them, then it's manufactured. So there's a manufacturing process, because I would imagine they're aware of the grand awakening. But yeah, amazing. Sanuweata, kuya, wea, shiwa, tuwaka. Total bonkers. Oh yeah, and actually there as well, Sunuiwata, Sunister. And yeah, the more we work with it, the more it's so tangible in the field. And especially when we're working with these with the codes and what we're transferring in is this is more of a boom 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 boom. Boom. So it's finding its way, and it's finding its way to what already is anyway. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's actually manifesting in so many ways. Lately, the more I sort of put my attention to, I don't know, a sister or a brother that I want to respond to something that they are asking or saying, that my fingers, when I'm texting, it's just like automatic writing, but it's happening in the mobile. And it's the same. It's like you are saying. It's like I'm not even thinking what I'm saying. It's straight away. My feeling is moving my fingers, and when I less expect, I have like 1,000 words written down in that text, and I send it and I say, oh wow, and then I read it for myself, and then I realize that what I wrote down is also helping me a lot, and it's a reflection of something that I needed to hear. And this is happening more and more every day. Kawamatakuata, Nikamatakuntuana, Sokoana, Siana, unifying, Kuanakata.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, it's funny actually. Like I've noticed there's this one contacted me just before this, and I was just it explained that I was going to jump onto the Zoom, and she was talking with this Lemurian workshop or whatever, and then and she starts, like basically she starts speaking it, through the not speaking, but she started doing messages with it. And I was like, here we go, no, this is funny. So they start boom, 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 boom. So it's the same thing again. You got this reservoir of information that's, and it's just a, so it's finding, it's finding that stream of information again of what we already are, and we're like,
it's the best way to explain it because because it's so surreal. You cannot really say like when you are describing a plant and just like saying the plant is like this or like that, and it's so much like that.
Yeah, the place where it's just a but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing that I love it. I love it.
There is this man called Robert Monroe. That you know about him, hemisync.
Yeah,
connecting the left side of the brain and the right side. There is a very nice meditation called In Between Worlds. Is with the sounds of nature and sounds of animals from the tropic. Wow. And also with sounds from whales and dolphins from the sea, and that's why you call it In Between Worlds, because they are the animals from the land and the animals from the oceans. And he put those sounds together, and also with the hemisync, like white noise, going from one side to the other side of your listening. When you listen this with headphones, it's really, really, really amazing. And if you start connecting this that Wesley is saying, listening to that type of music, you really go out of your body straight away. And you become the reservoir straight away. No, you don't even feel that you are anymore the body. You feel that you are the whole reservoir. Tuana, and all the animals at the same time, because you listen to them in the background. Oof.
So got that going to see what that. Yeah, it's just very cool. Like I came across them a while ago, but I managed to get like I must check out that one actually. That thing. It was a good while since I did one of them. But I noticed even the way the ear, one of the ears kind of drop out, and then the ear drop in, which I would imagine is just balancing, the two sides of the hemispheres, masculine, feminine, bringing it back into unification. So what that,
This is what energies do. Actually, we were mentioning that about the other day with Keith, no? Like the energies like doing this, no? Tangling each other. The same in our brain.
And the same then as well with these languages, because they're instead of working out the form of the mind saying, I get you, and it's not even like I get you here or I get you there. It's like a move. So there's a so there's that like in sync lock, and it's like, oh yeah, I get this. Oh yeah.
When we are talking an earthly language, it's more like we separate things. It's like one word say one thing, another word say another. But when we are speaking light languages, they do this like maybe not in the beginning because we warm up the engines, but at some point naturally we just surrender and we start feeling that the light languages take control, tuana. But it's not a control like possessing us and controlling us. The contrary is freeing us. Huana, tuana, katuana.
Beyond the physical format or
exactly. It's beyond.
Yeah.
Because you become the reservoir. The reservoir is gonna stay forever now. That word resonates a lot. Much more than Akashic records to me, to be honest. Reservoir, Tuana. In Spanish, I call it La Fuente, which means the source. La Fuente, the source. Huanaka, Tuana.
And what pops into my head, which is interesting, is the sacred sites. Like a friend contacted me, yesterday. She goes around. She works with the sacred wells. So I kind of get what pops in my head is the reservoir. So the water, sacred water. So all these reservoirs, like, so she's working on all these reservoirs. So it's funny, because once I kind of go up, that's what I come starts popping into my head now is the sacred waters, like.
Do you work in a water reservoir? No, in a light language reservoir.
That's funny. So
this is my higher self constantly.
Jesus, that's funny.
Whoa.
That's funny. That's so funny.
Also, when we are in tune in this wonderful reservoir, the things that it might be not that funny when we are in the structure wall. It's actually what happens that we are so much in that structure and density that we don't let fun circulate and flow through us. But when we are speaking light languages, it's like even the smallest thing that is a little bit funny becomes very funny. And I think the same thing happens when you smoke happy plants. I think that's the effect from the plant. Also, it's like it dissolves the structure. The boundaries that we create with the mind and with the way we are programmed.
Exactly.
Tuanaka, tuana, tuana. And so light languages do the same.
Yeah, so many programs running. Yeah, and you're beyond all the programs, so it's just a flow, dynamic flow. That's what that. Will I suppose I better say the intention. Will I go?
You want?
We had that too much talking.
And this is the feeling also that how we break a structure is when we understand that nothing is right and nothing is wrong, really, because here we feel that we can say whatever we want. And that is also, we feel invited with these frequencies and light languages to just, okay, we mentioned about saying the intentions, but we've been for almost 15-20 minutes talking about something else, and that's fine. But we live in a world that things needs to be explained in the minute or structure everything, and there is not a space for creativity. And anything that comes out from normality, it is pointed and maybe even crucified.
No way ata. Sawata.
Sukuana.
Sayawata. Will I'll go with it there, will I? Will I go with
Okay,
it?
brother.
Yeah?
Si you want to, yeah.
So actually, what the awareness is going to bring for myself anyway is the universe is pushing me on my job. I'm looking for I'm looking for the guidance that I can take when I break through the structure to
We are talking about it. You broke it, brother. And you too, Jacob.
So I'm still stuck in the program. So it's to open up the doors.
The new doors. The new doors to opportunities. And that's not easy when we have been a long time in that structure.
And especially for Jacob, thanks for Jacob for his pushing me to do what I'm meant to do. Big respect. And the other thing as well, thank you very much. And the other thing as well is even the job that I'm at, because it's the connection with nature. It's funny you brought up with the birds. And there was an incident during the week, and I could feel it. Actually, whatever is going on in my work environment, I'm working with, but it's all good. But it happened to do with a bird. There was a bird resting, and it's funny because over here, in the Celtic tradition, they call it the Morgan, they call it the crow. So it's a kind of a big respected in the Celtic spiritual field. And there was an incident with one of the lads, and it was like, whoa. And I was standing there, I was like, whoa, this is so wrong. But then it's at age then as well, so there's many things going on at the same time. So I'm actually going to share my respect for the bird and my lack of awareness from the birds as well, from the past. So yeah, I'm gonna put it out there in a big respect. To all the tribes, to all the bird tribes. All the archetypes. Uyakuata, Nuyawata, Sunowa, and all the recognition. Niwata, Muata, the guidance from the unfamous. Siniwa, Shinawa, Muakata, that works under Sukuwata, nature's law. Sukawa, natural law. Buyakata, Kunuwata, Mayahua, Sunakata, Kiniowa, Shinewa, Tuata. It's time for us to recognize each other again. Tuakata, Tuata, Sunowaka. Speak when something is wrong. Tunuyaka, Tuata, under nature's law. Uasa, Uasa. Stinieya, Uata, Nuata, Kuakata, Tuata, Kukuaka. And we start hardwiring in this information. Tunya Wata, Kunya, Kia, Kia, Kua. And we start Sunuya Kuata. We start tracing all the navigus. When we speak for one, we speak for all. Sunuwa Kia, Kumba, Uata, Tuata. Kua sa uata tuata, the many tribes. Sunuwa shinewa uata. We recognize each other again. Muaka tuata. Thanks very much. Muaka Tayowa. And the planet. The planet. I would just think that Sapuata Kutata Tuya Tuata kind of goes back to the same thing again. I think just the transmission of love, understanding. Snuata Kiyuaka Tuata Batuata Kuata Tuata. And yeah, just to so Shaniwata ta Kiniwata Tuata. The incorporation Suna Huata Yuata. How much connected we all are. Tuata. Suyata Huyata Wakata. Thanks very much. Shanua. Tiawaka Payawata. Suaka. Whoa.
Wata wata naka.
Kuta tuatata
To
tu
shuku
sukotu.
watata.
Ula ya.
To shukwana.
Wata wata. Matailak.
To wamaka to wanaka.
Thanks very much.
Suwana.
Jesus. So much time. It's too much time. Omwaka.
Harumaka tu mata umata sawo matisha wabata kutana. Kutu ishwama tagwana. From the very beginning, they want to talk all together. Wata unataku natagwana. O ne samamata o te o makata se onoto so te tiana umatita mama tina mamata. O se ne kawumata tos o te tiana makatu tutu yana makata. Wata tuba jana. Now it's Jacob. Kuata.
Thank you. So it's a feeling of tapping to the great reservoir and let it be for everyone, so they get the information they need. So it brings progress. So the forever journey of the soul is protected, and it goes and goes and goes and. And thanks,
Super.
Wes, for the teaching today. It was more.
Utuana kata.
Tuakata. Thanks very much.
The whole sharing is incredible, guys. Yeah, when we talk in this level of frequency, so I mean, well, you know what I'm going to say. Waka wana. If I'm saying something, is for the people who watch the video, because you perfectly know what I'm talking about. Ene tuana. But yes, the feeling is really a feeling of freedom, of connection, of understanding in the highest level. Tawana. And for you, and for those of you who are trying to connect to this reservoir, try to do it from the heart, tuana, feeling, kawana, allow your feelings to flow, because if you put it like an intention, like from the mind only, like stubborn, it's not gonna happen. Or by creating a massive expectation about for something to happen, it's not gonna happen, tawana. But if you just let creativity flow through you, doing something, like creating something, like playing that instrument like Jacob, or yes, like burning sometimes like sage or Palo Santo or whatever, or just by going to nature, or just by observing this raven and understanding their presence and their connection. All of that takes you a step closer to that reservoir. But it's nothing to do with something that you program, like an instruction with the mind, and follow this step and you will get there. It's not like that. It's more like letting emotion, feelings flow through you. Wakata tu manata. And if you don't feel it, don't give up. get and join brothers or sisters who vibrate in a high frequency and express yourself with them, and you will see as how you become part of that same melody, of that same frequency and resonance that you are having with the rest of the group. If you struggle in your own, thank you, brother. Watana. And now it's Tiara.
It's so funny. I just like, I was so tired. I just fell asleep.
You fell asleep? Very good sign.
I fell asleep here on the couch, and then I kind of woke up with the drawer halfway, and I was like, "Where is my drawer?" Because I was playing it today to ground the energies. To I was working out. I was like, pull out my drawer. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I just passed out and like listening to you.
Yeah, Tiara told me that she haven't been able to sleep for a day or something, no? For a day and a half or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't. I kind of laid down and I napped maybe like a few minutes in between, but it was barely anything. But I didn't sleep, all night. Besides, just like a couple minute micro naps. And all night and all day, and just so many codes coming through, so much energy frequency. Like it's like very new energy, very new codes, very new downloads and upgrades. And I've been trying as a kid, and like I've been walking in nature. I took like cold shower and hot shower, and I ate, and I didn't.
Yeah, sometimes
and I ate
we
a lot,
try
and
everything. No, it doesn't work always. It doesn't work always. And when we gather like this and we concentrate our energies, it becomes much easier. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, but energy has been really powerful, and yeah, definitely very high and very, very new, like very new codes, very new massive upgrades. But with all these new energies and high frequencies and light, it's obviously brings to the surface the shadows and all kind of things in ourselves and collective and whatever needs to be cleared, whatever needs to be activated, whatever needs to be, in the highest alignment. And sometimes it's like the brain gets so frightened. It's like, how do I put it all in words, even in a human? Like right? Sometimes it's like so multidimensional, it's so different. It's like hard to find even a human expression, how to express it correctly, what actually it is. Like sometimes, right? It's like just learning how to name it, because it's just very new. It's really new. The way we operate now, the way we manifest, the way we exist. It's getting more and more different from anything we ever felt and used. So opening our hearts and more learning, following divine truth within. Like really taking time to unplug from everything and connect every day within our hearts to get this truth from inside. And number one, to connect with our Christ itself, right? Ourself, like that God within us, that is the Christ light within ourselves and our hearts, not just trying to ask confirmation. I mean, it could be helpful, but guides and beings, all kind of things too. But the number one, what I learned is, for me, is calling from my Christ itself, from my ascend itself, from my light, from my God within, of that pure light and love frequency and divine guidance for what is needed for the now moment for me to know, and to guide through my heart, through my open heart center as a stargate of ascension. And are we setting intentions again?
If you want to, but Wesley wanted to tell you something.
I was going to say, I was going to, sorry, I didn't want to, sorry if I interrupted, but it was just like, they're saying. And this is just a pure observation, what I get, what they say. And like whatever I say anyway, it's, you know, it's totally up to yourself. Is what I get is it's even beyond doing something correct anyway, because it's coming from a place beyond that again, you know, because it's like, right, oh, I'm going to do this correct, or it's supposed to do service.
It's interesting because what I was getting from there, from all that she was saying, I was getting, don't you think that sometimes even what you think that is part of your new era and your new transformation can also become part of your own programming? So you need to be even beyond that, like just Wesley say. It's like for the last decade, we've been sort of guided to do all the things in our own, to look for our truth in our own, to do certain things in our own in one way or in another. And I think we are not only transcending the old patterns, but also the last decade patterns, or even the last year patterns, or the few months ago patterns. We are constantly transcending things, and things that we might think in one way 3 months ago, they might be obsolete already now. And that sometimes for the mind is difficult to stitch to that change, because you are not really following anything. Yeah, we have that tendency to follow something and to follow some patterns and some guidance and something. But what we are being guided to do more and more is just to don't follow anything, just flow and just transcend and go beyond. When you were talking, when Wesley said what he said, wow, it was like a massive resonance in my chest, like with everything I was also processing. Because in a way, when she was talking, she was actually answering herself. She was actually making a perfect description of what you've been experiencing. Kawanata tu o te kawamata. Sawanata.
Suatata. So that intelligence that you're already here anyway. It's beyond the structure. Suakata tuiatata. And you know, that's just from what I get, what I feel. And within every moment, it's like myself and Jacob, we rock onto these healing things. And you know, there might be something crazy come up, and Jacob might say to me, oh, and I say, so it's just become but what it is just we're becoming conscious aware of, like, whatever it is, we're just gonna rock with it. Because actually what happens if it's even, we've situations like, even we did something over the weekend, crazy situations, energetically crazy, and we're we're come in here, and what actually happens, it comes up to the surface to be recognized. Sometimes we might have to come in and go, right, this is out of order. He might say to me, what do you think of this? And I'd say, right. And we'd have to step in. And actually what happens is, it's in the moment, and you know, it's not right, it's not wrong. And you might, if you could say, right, it could say, right, it's out of order, or whatever, like whatever. And but it's just because you become consciously aware of, like, that, you know, it's all just been played out. Like, I know it's challenging, but all this stuff has been played out. Like, all these energies are just been playing out, and what we're doing as best we can, I feel, is we become more consciously aware of that. Like,
and that's why it's so important to have in nowadays a reflection. What Jacob is doing towards Wesley is a reflection of what Wesley is doing to Jacob. So to have a mirror somehow with someone is really, really, really helpful in nowadays, in these transformations that we are living. because they can be very intense, like Wesley say, and very and sometimes very dense, very challenging. Kawanata, kutuanakata.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, and you could say it. They try to, it can try to bring it down, but then it's just having the capacity to wear the sorry, right? What have I got to learn here? Something must be. There's something up here. And it's for me then it's just a lesson, like. And with Jacob, it's just like, and someone I trusted, dude. And I knew this, you know, it's too
exactly. As Franz Bardon says, every magician is happy with the appearing obstacles because they help him grow.
Totally. That's the reality about a magician and the human being. Where we are all magicians, and if we don't take life that way, we really suffer, and we really need to transcend that and take it differently. Before I came to the group today, I was feeling so much density that I was coming like this. I couldn't move my joints anymore. I was trapped in a massive paranormal black hole. But no, honestly, my mind was really, really intense. My mind processing was so intense, and from the moment that we connect Zoom and we share we didn't even say anything. It's just our presence creates something that breaks through, something that opens and breaks through all these walls like this in seconds. The mind has not even time to realize or notice when the change happened. When did it happen? When that happened? Because suddenly, from being a robot that couldn't move, I am flowing in the universe. So that's so amazing, really, so amazing. And that's why it's born from my chest to say to everyone, connect to brothers and sisters with frequency that you feel alike and that you feel like comfortable. That's it, and flow and express yourself, be yourself, and you will see how everything else comes through. Yeah, I think we can let Tiara say intentions. Tiara, it's your moment.
Sorry.
I've been trying to find the place because for some reason it was okay, the video, everything was okay, and then it started like going like in and out, like it was for some reason like the internet started kind of get me out in and out some intentions. Yeah.
Everything that you said were already intentions to me. When you were talking before, I was feeling like you were saying already.
The unity, yeah, just first and foremost, the unity consciousness that I've been anchoring in, I believe, every one of us, like the divine love, purity, and joy and peace, and really be, just kind of in healthy relationship with our ego, in a way of knowing that everyone is divine and important where we're at, and no one is better, no one is worse, no one is more important than the other. And even in unawakened souls on earth, sometimes some people could get irritated and stuff, and all the density, but it's still important. It was important for some reason, and now we're shifting from it. And people waking up, but also there's like just being in unity, and we're all different beings. A lot of us from different star systems and held in multidimensional different aspects, different keys, different technologies, different knowledge, different wisdom, different frequency. And it's like no way we can compare it really, you know, that we could be a lot of similar things, like a divine love that we are, right, and like source creator, but also different experiences in life and memories and all kind of things, just that, yeah, just remembering and like be more supportive of each other rather than just be like fighting, and each other, just be more supportive and inspiring, you know. Like I don't post for some time, and then I post some light language, like, you know, my higher self be like really pushing me and be like, hey, like, and I've been asking sometimes, like, okay, how can I get a service? Like, you need to post some activation. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but I do it, and then people, some soul family be like sending me messages with gratitude, how like inspiring and shifting like the consciousness, or like just like energy or a state of being, like just inspiring really and it really lights my heart when I feel that I'm inspired others, you know. I don't want to like point fingers like, oh, somebody used the same word I did in my post, or, you know, like it's just ridiculous. Like, is it copyright? Like, it's like same thing. Oh, you're using light language. I use light language for you. It's like, you know, it's like even light language, we can call it different ways. It could be light language. It could be like sacred language, I don't know, of love. I don't know, like codes of, like, of creation. I don't know. It's, you can call it like so many different ways. Really, just like somebody created the word and it just started being used, but really, you know, I can call it the way I want to call it because it's expression of my soul. I express my soul through the frequencies, through my voice, through that songs and frequencies and expressions and drawings. This is my expression of my soul, and no one can tell me what my soul expresses like better than I know it, right? And it's like it's just really important. It's like very deep, so many deep lessons coming through into being like in service to all knowing our power of light, but also of love and light, but also obviously a lot of us going through shadow work, and you know, and all this seeing the things, releasing things, like anchor more light and upgrading, like staying in divine neutrality, also be divine observer, just divine neutrality, also not get into this too much, you know, just staying more neutral as much as we can, and just flow with it, flow with our heart guidance. And honestly, reality, we co-create reality. We can have similar visions, but we also have our divine guidance and our own visions and realities that we are bringing in. What we're here to bring, what we're here to shift, it could be very different too from anyone else. And I still can see how important it is to know, because if everyone would want to bring exactly the same thing, it would be no reason. I mean, it's like oneness, unity, heaven and earth reality, right? Like, but also mission is different, like those different things we bring in, anchoring, and you know, one day we might channel like light code, like whatever you call it, like codes all day long coding, and next day maybe you call to go gardening, or I go, you know, do something else, and then another day you call to do something else, and then another day, it's also not get stuck. And I don't know, it's just so many things, just to let it flow, really just let it flow, let it flow moment by moment to unfold in surrendering to the unknown. Also obviously set intentions and focus, but also surrender to the unknown, because our mind doesn't really know yet. There's new energies and ways of being and manifesting, and yeah. Yeah, it's you can get lost with all those things, but just, yeah, hard being in the heart, just being in the heart space, that's the most important. Always
sometimes we are not in the heart space, so that we can recognize how to come back and be longer in our heart space. So sometimes we are in the opposite states of where we want to be, so that we can recognize what these spaces are and stay there the next time, let's say, for longer. The thing is that nothing of this follow a strict structure or a guidance for everyone and the same. Every human being has its own natural chemistry. That's why when we surrender, when we reach that space or moment of peace, is when we see things like they just flow, and we start seeing things from that big vision of that reservoir that we were mentioning, from a different angle and different perspective. But I think everything that happened to you with that woman was perfect, so that you can discern now much better everything else, and understand that you are not what she was saying, and that what she was saying is also self-recognition for you, for who you are, to reinforce also who you are, by understanding that reflection wasn't the one that resonated with you. So on the other hand, it's telling you, or you are telling to yourself, I am not that. And that is a reinforcement. You are standing and you are grounding much stronger by going through it. Maybe we don't like the way it's designed, but the result at the end of the day is really positive. Tuanaku wanata wanata, esi wanaku wanata, seni manakata, pianak wanata.
Kaya. Yeah, and I feel like the more we get in our power of light, like power in general, like obviously we bring in the love, but also, yeah, like there are some tests and situations probably to show, to make sure we don't get in those egos, because it's also been big lessons for me. The more my energy gets like powerful, to really slow down, to really learn how I direct the energy and use it like in any different way, because it's so massive. Again, not talking from the ego, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like the more we're anchoring about energy, it's like make sure what direction it goes. Is it goes into like pure love and compassion, to make sure we don't direct it in the way it's destructive, because one little uncareful like thing, like getting angry and throw it and stuff, and it might be just like a very intense, and then it's like come back to you anyway, but it could destroy instead of create. So make sure we really direct our intention and focus and the energy, how we channel it through our body, how it flows through our body and out of our body, right, to create what we create with the words and thoughts and actions. And it's very, very strong, teaching me to slow down, to tune
slow
in,
down, exactly, surrender, feel everything, get back to your center. Often we get lost straight away just by thinking that it should be one way or another, when what we are experiencing are multiple ways that are happening at once. And that's where we get often lost, that so many things are happening at once. And what you need to do, it might be thousands of things at once. And to see that, in order to see that, we need to totally surrender, really, instead of fight with the mind and try to understand with the mind, what should I do? What is the best thing that I need to do now? The answer is going to come much easier when you just surrender. You go back to your center, you feel the good things that you have in that moment around you, and automatically you connect to something else that allows you to see things from a higher and bigger perspective. And then when you are there, you see how many things at once are happening to you, and how many things you can do also about it. But our mind still works a lot in a dualistic way, or a dual way, believing that should be this or should be that, or maybe three things or maybe four things. But nowadays we are living multiple and multidimensional realities that at that moment they are telling us something, and that we can also do something about it. But it's a lot, and it feels a lot because they are a lot. In fact, they are a lot. And the way to discern that, in my case, is by totally surrendering to, okay, I did my best, I don't know what to do next. If I choose this, I get stuck. If I choose that, I get stuck. If I choose the other thing, I get stuck. So I'm gonna just let it there. I'm gonna send that to the divine, and I'm gonna ask the divine to help me sorting out and solving these things. And actually, when I just let all that go, in that moment of silence that I feel peace with myself, is when I start finding, more than finding, is just suddenly everything becomes at once something that I can see or perceive. But before, when I'm using the mind trying to find out what that is, with the mind, more and more I find that it helps to find certain things, specific things, but not these multi-dimensional aspects of ourselves, and understanding and learning outcomes, and so many things happening. So yeah, it becomes really dense and too much when we try to channel everything with our mind, trying to get also and apply everything that we know. Okay, I have experienced all of this, and then I need to apply all that I have learned in my last decade, and see if this helps me in any way. And sometimes, like I said before, it's something totally new that it doesn't apply any pattern from what you have experienced before. And as is something completely new, you need to be in a near, like in a new attitude, where you let yourself listen and perceive with an open heart and an open mind, without following your own programming from the last decade, or from the last month, or from few days ago. It's just a new reality. So towards a new reality, we cannot apply any of the old programming. And part of our programming is that we believe that the only way to understand something new is by applying what we have already experienced, because we feel things like in a linear time. If I have experienced this before, that will help me to understand what is next. Well, with many things that we are experiencing now, it doesn't work that way anymore. You need to be in an open mind, like starting from scratch, starting like a reset. You really, I've been finding myself in the last few weeks like needing to reset myself in order to understand the new stuff coming. So yeah, I wasn't applying what I already know. It's more like a knowledge that is already there, when you don't put any of that programming that you have been experiencing in the last decade, maybe since you woke up. Yeah, I have had to put aside everything from the last decade, and in these weeks, in the late weeks, I've been just becoming neutral. From that neutrality is what I have been able to see. And it's new. They are things that I haven't experienced before. They are totally new. Whether I'm writing a message to a friend or a brother or a sister, the message experience is totally different to anything else that I experienced before. Everything else, my sessions with quantum hypnosis, they are nothing alike the ones I've been doing in the last 4 years. None of them are alike, really. They are all very unique. But what I'm trying to say is that even now, even more, they are something completely from another dimension. So if we try to process all that information with what we already know from the last decade, it might not be the best way to approach and to understand everything that we are perceiving. But this is my opinion from what I am experiencing in these days. Now, maybe for you it's completely different, and maybe for that woman that criticized what you do, it's totally different for her as well. So I'm just sharing, maybe, because maybe it works. Maybe it works for someone else who is listening to this video. Maybe it works for you. But yeah, I really needed to reach a resetting state with myself in order to perceive everything that is coming new. I'm not applying anymore the things that my mind keep running, and no, but these are this, and these are that, and this and this, and this and that. No, it's in a state of silence is where I find all the answers. And they are usually felt, no thought. They don't come as thoughts. They come here in the chest. They come as a feeling, as a knowingness. They come straight, boom. They pop in, and then you know. And more than know, I feel that is remembering, really. I feel there is a part of me that I already knew before, but for some reason I didn't remember. Hanatu natawana. But like I say, it pop in, and then it's like, wow. Of course, I knew that. And deep inside, we know all these things. So yeah, any other intention, Tierra? Anything you miss? Is you're muted, love? Katuana.
Just for again and again for restoring our physical bodies to divine perfection, and yeah, just like removing all imperfections and injuries, disease patterns, all and stuff like generational traumas and all out of our bodies. So because we're sending our physical bodies, obviously it's so important for our physical bodies to be really healthy, really pure, and really so we can run our energy and frequency, our souls through really, and activate our divine technology in our bodies, angelic technologies, divine humans, God cells. So yeah, I feel like physical body healing, a restoration, and yeah, been very big too recently, and like, yeah, very important to pay attention to physical body so much. Be really careful with it, and so as we're getting stronger in our energy, to be really gentle, because sometimes I can try to stretch my neck and do it like so hard on the side that I would like just injure my whole like neck. And like a couple of months ago, I just like stretch myself so strongly, like just uncarefully that I just like hurt my whole like side for a while. It was like crazy pain, and I was like, oh my god, what did I just do? I just tried to stretch my neck. And that taught me also be very careful and gentle with our body. As we get like very strong energy coming through, we might want to be like very intense yeah, it's very, very careful and grounded in every step that we're doing. It's like almost like feel to me like learning to walk again, like a baby. Every time is like upgrades. It's like I'm resting and I'm trying to like even just taking a walk. I already feel like my body moving in a different way, reconnecting in a different way. The nervous system
You are being reborn so many times.
Time, like nervous system. It's so much goes into nervous system. All this neuroconnection nervous system, and it takes me a lot. Right now, I feel like mushroom blends, like different like herbs and supplements that whatever helps you to for the nervous system support. Definitely mushrooms like rich lion's mane for the brain and nervous system and different stuff like that. And relaxation, because this is a lot. That energy that runs now, the frequency, it might really fry us if we are not grounded and we're not taking care of our bodies. Like it can like really like fry really like now I feel like I'm almost like getting fried if I don't do all the things that I feel like necessary like for self-care. Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah, I feel like there is so much going on. I don't feel that there is really a right thing. I think where we find that right thing is in moments like these ones, in moments when we do the less expected thing in life that take us to a nothingness moment. And in that nothingness, everything comes, maybe that nothing comes, but that nothingness gives you so much peace and everything that you needed to keep going. Kawana tata tu neta kawana. Esa umma tatakana.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Because it's a lot of different things, of course, but yeah, just ease and grace and joy with all this shifts for all. Yeah.
It's incredible. What we are living is really huge. It's really huge, and we need to be also gentle with ourselves, like you say, not only with the body, like being more gentle, twisting your neck or moving your neck, but with everything in our system, with our body, with our way of facing things, in the way to try, in the way of trying things to resolve, in everything really, in every aspect of ourselves and experience, to be more gentle and compassionate with ourselves. I think is a good thing to do nowadays, because there is so much happening. And every time, like I say, every time I gather a group of brothers or sisters who are in a nice frequency similar to mine, or we resonate. It doesn't need to be similar to mine, but we just connect and we resonate. It does help this amazingly, but especially groups that are connected by light languages. Because the light language is like it creates the nexus, the connection, the link. It creates what it needs to be there, the ingredients that needs to be there. And if we don't know something with our mind, it comes through with the light languages, or with codes, or with movement, or somebody drawing something. Kawana kauna tana maumana, sawana tawana tauntana. So for the intention, thank you for sharing, Tiara, everything that you say, because I truly believe that this is going to help millions and millions of persons and people who watch this, because we are all going through these things, whether we like it or not. We are a collective, and we are all experiencing this. Some more aware than others, but we are all going through this. Sometimes it feels very difficult and challenging to keep going with the body. For me, sometimes experience, I have such a great experiences out of the body that when I come back to the body, it feels like, oh, Jesus, really? Even moving the body just to go somewhere in the flat, it feels like challenging sometimes. And maybe I'm editing, which I love doing, editing videos. I love creating designs and all of that. And maybe I can spend there like 12 hours, and I don't even notice that 12 hours pass because I'm so much into that fun of editing. And I think it's the same with everything that we like and with things that we don't really engage much, like certain things that we don't like, simply we don't like that much. So I want to set my intention for all your intentions to be fulfilled. And I also want to set my intention to heal also my body more, so that I can feel the flow of all this energy also reaching every single cell of my system. I like to just flow better through this massive journey. I don't complain about anything because I cannot complain. The contrary, when I really need something, life bring it, and life of my brothers or my sisters are there, and I'm so thankful for all of that. Today I feel it like another gathering where I find that, wow, massive ripple effect of love and light that makes everything much easier and much more clearer. And for the world, I would like to send love and energy to all these places where a lot of catastrophes are happening, and also to our economy in the world, to don't be seen, to don't look at the economy as something negative or something, something like we've been feeling in our lives, but like something that is going to become better and understand it as something positive. Because if we change the way of looking at things, like instead of sending or feeling bad energy about economy in this case, things get transformed. But if we carry the feeling from the past, we don't let things to get transformed. So I would like to set my intention to clear all the energy from economy, so that they start flowing to every brother and sister in abundance in this planet, Wanata, and everywhere else. I also received recently that whenever we ask for something or we pray for something, we should rejoice in the feeling of having that we are asking for already. So it's like living that let's say that you want to go to Haiti or Hawaii, feel like you are already in Hawaii. Okay, this is something I received as information from Lord Arturus in this joyful project that I am doing with this lady from Boston. The thing is that some people find difficult to rejoice in that feeling before experiencing that. So I want to set my intention so that everybody can, with more ease, recreate that feeling before the manifestation in the physical. That's, to me, is very challenging. For example, just to be constantly, or to keep a vibration that I'm already in the Canary Islands or in Mallorca or in Portugal or somewhere else where I would love to go, and keep that vibration constantly, that's really challenging for me. And that is what Lord Arturo suggested for us to manifest things much more effectively. That is very challenging. So I do set my intention so that humans, brothers and sisters, can recreate that before getting the manifestation of what they are asking for. And then, if you like, activate your microphones and let's do the collective transmission so that we can manifest all of this. Awanata. The moment has come. Tuaka. Sutuku anata. Tu mata tu mata. Tukumata katu. Mataka tukumata cha. Tukumata.
Soka tata, yawa yawa, sayawata, tu yawa huata, inaka, wata, tu, payawa, huka, yaweta yawa, huaka ta na yawa hua, huasata na yawa huata. Yukutua Muaka Hewa Suwatatu Watatati Yakatati Yuwa Wakatata Wa Uyawayawata Sana Mamayawa
Matakata.
Batatua
Tukututuata.
Patawatata Tututua Kata Kidiyawayawata
Atakawata.
Usatatani Yawatai Yakuata Hiwa
Huanaka huata. Tikana. Tuata.
Osaya Oshaya Waya Tuata Yawaya
Tumababai. Supababai.
Mawasai Yawatata Uyawayo Tayakuya
Mama chakutu baba chukubata kutuata ti baba baba tukubaba baba chikutu papa
Soyawata
Uanataka
Usayawa
Sukuanakatu anakata.
Awata
Suanakata kuantakuana.
Batatua Kata
They show me
Kinuwata
now multiple rhomboids. Tukuanakatuana. Tukuataka antikuamata. Hurunuata kutuntuata. Titianaka.
Mata Wata Kata Shata
Oh, Wanata, Mata, Utika, Wamata, Uto, Shuana.
Uyawa Sawa Sinawa Mayata
Uanakata, Uana.
Sayawa Suwaka Uwa
Uanakata, Wamata. Chisawamata.
Inata Utata Kuta Kuta.
Kuarata, kuarata, kuarata.
Yawa, tuwa.
Katama kabumata. Usotso papa shukutu papa chukupapa. Sututuru tuturu tukupata tata shututuru tuturu patata rakata.
Batata. Watata.
Enema katawani na la kasini na watamana si na sata si na wasi alide si awasi na wamani manakani na.
Watata. Baba yuwa. Wakata. Kuta tuwa.
Maka tuturu mapapata.
Yawata.
Sututu chukupata.
Elehi na sala na na kwa nana tini si na watni mama tili de si siwasi si siba.
Washata wiwa sawata unawayata kuwata mama muwayaka inigawa wasata suwakata duwayatata ma yakatiniwa wata inyawa Uyawata wata utata yawa mayawa unuwa duwayawa tata watata waya
Kennemina tanana nina sana manina shilita si la karada wati si la wat si timewa wotmina si atna ni na wa
watatu waya
Yomama kuotoso wataka. Urukwata. Susu sanaba papakushu kutuata.
watatu waya kutu waya kuwa
Harata karakata.
Ineya watu yoku
Wanara katu nakataina konata
watatu tu ti 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 tu 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 tu
Awamata kama tutu suntana.
buka mata
Papa yua. Sushana makutu kuiti tu kutu westiti uma putu. Nakamata kutu kutu iti tu papa.
ni
Waka Jawa
Navaya navasu manaravu matatau matasanam manasise namakavu maraine nanarakavu manaine Shumaragu manakavu no sunutuku tunu manakanayo naie Mamamachina mau Chishanaka taru manakatu Samamaraka taneki wata wata chikawa so yakabati kwata taku tutu shumata tutu kwata su tutu kutu patakata. The instrument is so compatible with the light languages. Wata wataku tutu mamata Tada wataya. Tamamama chuchu
Jesus, what? Do you want?
Anamai chupata kawupata
Tau
yu
kata
takana
kata
woteki.
kuya waya. Tatu waya. No way. Wow.
Anawayete
Wow. Ma tu akata iya
Bye shukwara.
wakata wa mai
Sushukwara.
koto da hoa iya wa hoa iya wa hoa iya wa haya hoa iya hoa iya ka huka maya wa
Umakata umata.
huka iya wa
Tukuata tension release. Kuanakata.
huka kata kuta tu ku
Tumamamai.
muhua
Tuyata wayata wora.
Niwata. Suwakatuwe. No. Ako tututuya. Batuaka. Siniwa. Wakata.
Taruma kataku tatataku kututu matuata. My solar plexus is gonna explode. Wataku shuti. Wamatata sun tanamaku. Sanianaku tanakata uto soy nakata umata. Waratawa. Universe connection. Tawana kuana. Tasunaka tuana. Tuana kaunata.
Kamata.
Unata.
Takata. Kutatuwayata. Wata. Hiwa.
Wana. Suwana. Tuana.
Tuwayawa. Iyama. Wata. Iyawa. Wata. Iyaya. Uwa. Mata kuwata. Kime. Duwakata kuwata. Uwatata.
Wa ni tana sili wa li na ma na
Numaka tuwakata. Tuwakata. Shawaki ya ya wa. Namasaka. Suwakayawa. Utata. Niyakia. Kiawaya. Uwaya. Uwaya.
Susanaka umpatane
Oyawa.
takahutana umatishana tukumanakata.
Oyawa. Uhaya waya huataya. Huataya huataya. Namasakuata hiyawa.
Nakuata.
Kawata kuaka kiyaya. Bawa. Tuaka. Kiyawa. Maya. Kua. Hawa. Inawa. Bawu suku. Suku. Tukata iyata ua shakiya humba yawa. Nia wata. Nia tua kia. Kinnikia. Muaka. Shuatata utata. Muakata. Inia yawa. Bahuata. Yuata. Tuakata. Kiniawa. Muyawa. Yua. Suaka. Kinuawa.
Tuso anakawata.
Wawatakuaka. Kiniawa.
Tukuanakata.
Shamamamuyawa. Ua. Iawa.
Suaka. kuntu kuntu anaka
Kini
watana.
ya hua kata.
Tuku anaka
Yawa
wata.
mawasa.
Tusu anaka wanata.
Ken
Sama kayo.
sinina sinima maswanina tasetema sina tuatui lisina
Puti.
heisiwa sawa timina silikina sis posla sista.
Tuya ta. Sukudu da iya towa. Nukuwa. Huti itu. Suakatumbuyu. Suakadayuwa sai. Suakata muakie. Niyawa. Kutsutu. Muakata kiaya. Iwasa. Samama uaka. Kini yeye uaka.
Amacha sista waka woto osabara tika watana
Uasata.
kumtanana.
Sukotua.
Suka
Muakata. Mama uyawa yuwa ua.
tu batakata.
Shuyota tuta.
Tusoma chaka tanaka tuku
Batata.
kubata.
Uatata. Uyawata.
Wotu
Tuakata
Oh,
wa.
papa, chico, teta, kutus, teta,
Matawata.
kutu, kubataka.
Bata. Ketetu yo kotuyakuta.
To, anakuata, osana kata, sutu, shukoto, shite, kuwakata, tika, tu, kushana.
Shini yawa tu ya pakatuka. Kuta tatu ya kata. Katua.
Harawata, tikaba, tukuata.
Ariwa. Larurarara. Lalayo yawa. Sukawa.
Baba, chikaba.
Putu ya bata. Putu ya bata. Putu ya mua.
Baba, chui, da papa, chui, ti, bidiki, tukuru, tikanabata, tuturu, tuturu,
Patu, wakati yuka ti ku tu
It's not easy for a human body. How about to pronounce all of that? To anaguta tantu
Pawata. Hiwaka. Samamua.
Surukutu anakata. Sotoko toko batakai tukuntukuata.
Muataki yawa.
Shukuata kutuku antakata. Shukuatakan tutu.
Shawa yawa.
Shukuana kuatakata.
Awasa.
Shukuana.
Siniwaka.
Shukuana.
Shuka.
Tukutuata. Siwa.
Wata. Wapataya. Muyuwata. Shuyuwata. Yuyuwata. Mua.
Watamama susu. Antakabara tu. Kutsusu tukutida. Watana.
Matuwakata kiawa. Uata. Kaiwa. Suwakatawata. Puyawa kiawa. Yuwa.
My higher self says, what do you mean with that? To sana osenaka kun tusuntu basutum kuntita namak otutukumata.
Osoma. Nasaka sa uya tata tata yoga. Mata. Batata wota. Tu wakata yawa. Mu wakata yawa. Sowa. Sayo.
Chumata kata.
Matata wa.
Uramakata, sunturumakata, suana,
Osha.
sokutuana,
Tua.
tukuata, tuana, kuata, tikana, wana,
Okuasa. Okusawa.
yawata.
Wata.
Now they are showing me how we are becoming like a big eye. Kunakuana, sunisha wama, tukuana,
Muasata.
sukuana.
Showatata. Showatata. Showatata wata yawata wata. Showatata yawa yawata yawa. Muasaka ni yawa. No sakaiwa. Chuakaka niwa. Niyama yawa yawa. O ayawa ayawa ayawa. Sama yawa. O ayawa. O ayawa. O ayawa. O ayawa. O ayawa. Iya, iya, ua, iya, ua, iya, ua, tau, tatu, iya, ua, iya, ua, iya, ua, tu, tau, iya, ua, iya, ua,
They're showing me layers of fluoride. Now, huatakuto, tuturmataka. Different colors. Tuchanaka, tutishanaka.
matas, tukatata, tu,
Tamapapa, kuchitiki, mata, tushitika, matu, tutu, bumata. Susuntikina, taku, tuti, matakata, tuku, tutu, batakata.
tata, kusau, niwa, ua, tata, wata, iwa, washa, yakua,
Yamaka, untanaka, dina,
wata,
susukutu, hinakata.
tamatua, washa,
Baba,
kuta,
baba, chisana, kutanakata.
babawa,
Tusatatata.
babawa, babakawa, niwa, maiwa, ubasadawa, ewa, tua, kata sana, shana, uyo, mapurata, yawa, mawa,
Baba, chukuba, chikata.
shawatata,
Chikata, tukutu, tukutu, shu, tuku, shu, tutu,
bawa,
itata. Samama, chukutu, tuku, tu,
na,
shikutata.
na, sa,
Tiara, sister, happy, teka, tuku, wata. Chikatata,
su,
tukutu,
yawa,
yanakata. Sutu, yanakata,
maiwa,
yanakata.
maiwata, maiwa,
Susu, chipa, chucha, chishana.
shana, wayata, suwaya kutu, yoku, yoka, uta, yawa, su, suwatata, suwatata, tu, 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 batatutu, batatutu, bata, tu, wataku, baya wasua, baya sua, baya sua, su, baya sua, katakiawa, uaka, sua, baya sua, sukata, kiu, kutu, tutu, huiwa, uka, ikaya wasa, wasa, watawa, yawaka, Shawakata wayawa mayawa. Shawata. Bayata. Kuasa. Sayama. Muaka. Wata tuwaya kuya wa. Ashakta wa waya. Mapasata. Sama mo waya ka waya. Kuwata. Tuna waya wata waya wa waya.
Turma. Ishama, Chishana, tu Shishana, tu Katama, Chishana, Papa, tu ti ti Papa, Papa, Chico, tu Rubi, Pipi, ti Tatawa, Papa, Chica, da ti
Wata kutur wa suya kuya wa mua.
Machachama, Chuchachana, Kuchana. Oma sawama tu sutuku macha satakana, kututu senta kututu makata. Sokoto tikan, tututi shanakata, tikana kutoto sotaka.
Masakata. Kuya wa hua. Osana wata. Muyakana kiyawa. Uya hua. Oshana yawa. O mama kuya. Kuya wata. Mayawa.
Utanaka kutana, chisanaka tuntana.
Suna mayawa.
Sutuku tuta nakata.
Kuya wakata. Kotowa.
Wata tusa.
Oya tuya wata.
Anakukataka.
Kuya wa.
Awanaka wangata. Sawa, chekana.
Masa tu ata. Kiyama yawa. Uaka yawa. Awa. Shawa. Iyawa. Ua. Iyawa. Ua. Iyawa. Ua. Iyawa. Ua. Iyawa. Ua. Iyawa. Ua. Yawa. Mayaku ata. Ata. Yawa. Yawa. Ua. Yawa. Bayata. Bayata. Bayata wa ya wa ya wa ya wa Bayata. Bayata ta wa Bayata. Bayata Bayawata ta wa
No pude querer
Matsushu. Urmakasa. Tukuwatsuku. Kutuku sukutu sukuwata. Onakaku atakato sotoku tarakata tutuku tututurukoto shututututorokoto matakata shututuru mataka tututuru tatarakato tututurukoto
Watu
tu kuakata taguata chikama
Tawata. Iwaya towa.
achawata chikamata chukwa
Muwaka.
chakata tukuatata
Muwaka.
chikamata
Muwaka.
chukuata
Kulumaya.
wata chikamata
Muwata.
chikwata
Nawakata.
chisawa
Yenawayawata. Suwayawata. Shawa kata kini waka. Kuwaka kumba iyawa hua. Saiwata. Wata. Huwata. Niya. Mua. Mba. Kini waka. Kuwa. Uwachata. Sayawata. Muwaka.
Nakata suntanaka wata. Wow, and now I can see a being that has like many eyes in the face. Wata. I've never seen it before. Wata nakatuntana.
Asawatata.
Susana
Wutata.
kutu sutuana.
Yuwata. Yuwata.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 eyes. Wanakutu.
Suwakata.
What's this?
Kiwata.
An spider?
Suwata wata. Huwaka. 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 Yuwa. Huwaka. Huwakata. Huwa. Shuwa. Huyawata. Wata. Huwa.
With all my respects.
Huwakata. Huwaka. Batakuwa. Moyo. Mayawata. Siwayawata. Tutuwa. Tutuwa.
My higher self says, I wonder how many pair of glasses he needs.
Prescription.
Sawana gatu turu wata gato to sindi kwata kata.
Mayawata. Iyawa.
Makatu tu shukwanta kutu tu anata wanata utu anta wata tika mamachu suntuku anaku anakuntu ana. Oh my God, we truly dissolve any density. Kawana, tawana, anything dense, tuana, any structure. Kuana, tuana, tikana, watana.
Atawaka. Hiwayawata. Tuwakata. Idiwa.
And when we do that, I feel that we go even into other levels. Tuana, we transcend even beyond tuana katuana. When we yo
Matatuwata.
tuana kuntana, tuote kintunuana.
Kiwayawasa tuwata. Tuwatata. Shua iyawa kumba. Iwayawata.
An approximation to the point and moment when you fall asleep.
Are you talking to me? No, yeah.
We are always dialing in and getting to that point, that moment when we truly expand. When we don't offer resistance. When we just flow.
Yeah. I fall asleep quite a few times today.
Wata wanata
But I
wata.
felt like I was working in the dream state, bringing cold. And my body was ready, but I was so tuned in anyway. So
What's happening?
it's
Oh,
yeah,
Mawasa.
just
everything happening.
surrendering. But you know, I feel so much better after I napped through this all because I was barely functioning. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay a little more, you know, and and I just like been falling asleep, and I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I guess I'm meant to be here sleeping, you know, kind of being
sure,
like
yeah.
multidimensional in the way of like just, you know.
Sometimes
Sometimes
I
it's
feel
okay.
like being in silence for I don't know for how long because I'm not timing myself, but sometimes I'm silent for a while and I just feel like wow, in divine, really divine place. Kuana, tu ishen tana. And suddenly the light languages come through again.
Uasata, Utatuduayawata, Kuniwewa, Shuiwata, Masakumewa, Miwayawata Watawa, Yawayawa, Oishawayawata,
Hawaii.
Makoyawata Tua,
Hawaii.
Sushuama, Usutu Kutuku Shanaka.
Can you
Mayasiwaya.
hear the bird?
Yeah.
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 They
Where is
get a little
Jacob?
quieter when they
Where is Jacob?
Tuayata, Tuata,
He transcended this plane.
Tuayaka, Tuata, Niwayawata, Suyawata,
Yeah.
Where is Melissa?
Tuata, Tuata, Muaka.
I'm losing followers.
Honestly, there are moments in my life when I understand that I really do not understand anything anymore. Sometimes I feel like, oh, yeah,
that's
it's all so clear.
when you
and it's like,
understand practically everything. When you don't understand anything anymore and you just surrender, that is the really surrendering. Is when you understand most of everything that you need to understand.
Chayawata.
Sukuaka.
Tuayaka, Tuaka.
Sisanaka,
it's been such a
unaka.
long day, night and day, and so many codes and so many lessons and so many energies, and I'm like, I feel like I was like on some plant medicine journey, like all day and like
Chiwayata.
and the codes, and I'm like now trying to. I'm like, okay, what is actually what is going on this planet?
Chiwayata. Watatuakata. Kitawayawata.
And the answer is when you don't know, go take a nap. After you sleep, you wake up, you get more clarity. Usually I feel like if I'm overwhelmed, if I sleep, I let myself sleep as much as I need. I integrate in sleep. I wake up, I get more clarity and more clarity, more integration. It's very honestly, really just helps a lot.
And I don't know if you have experienced this as well that I'm just about to say. When you get very, very tired and you are like not sleeping like for, I don't know, 24 hours, I get to a point where I feel like almost like floating, in a floating feeling.
Yeah.
And in that state, everything for me flows very easily as well, without any resistance, because my body is so tired that I am like in a, I don't know, like in an almost like a wonderland state. And it feels great, and then my mind is relaxed and I don't offer resistance, and I'm in that childish joking attitude and everything. I think we are sharing so much information today about different things that we reflect in each other and that we are we are actually receiving confirmations. Natu tu tu turumataka to to toroku shitanaka. Esiwamatika wanakata tina reinforcement sana tuku tutu tutu tu ititi ititi.
Tina watata mayawa kuewa. Washa iawata muyaki yawata. Watata shawayawa.
Wanaka wanata.
Maka. Miyawaka to wakata kini yaki waka kuwakaka. Kini wayawata wata.
Waka.
Muasata. Suwatata. Kina wayawata. Wata yaku wata.
So ishanaka wata.
Shawata kuri. Uyawata. Mbata.
The yawning effect of yawning, and again yawning, and like that, and going into deeper and deeper stages of relaxation. It makes so much sense with reaching that point where we reach when I'm doing, for example, hypnosis, or when we are falling asleep. Is that point where we don't offer any resistance, or neitaka wanata, we let everything just be.
Uyawata. Uyawata.
And the truth resonates in every single cell of my bones. This is the most interesting group ever in the history. I love it. It's because you can see it, you can see from so many perspectives, but if you look at it only from your mind point of view, you say, what?
Whoa, Shiwata. Wata. I wasn't even there.
That's when I heard in the background from my higher self saying, what do you mean? And I was like, shut up. Don't make me laugh.
Bata kuya tata kuya wata muaka bata wa.
This is a soul spa, the soul's spa of light languages. Kutuata, tukuata, inikuata, and also the, how they call it when the little boys the play school, where the little boys they go like a play school, you call it?
Play school, yeah. Or over here they say, I think it was like
kindergarten, no? Kindergarten. They call it as well.
Do they? Oh, in Ireland they
so.
say, oh yeah, kindergarten, yeah.
The kindergarten. I took my boy to the kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yeah.
This is a kindergarten as well.
Yeah, suwata.
It's a kindergarten, it's a elemental garden, every single being's garden.
Batuaka.
Turumataka, tes ishuma, takatutanakatatus, How do you call these insects that they produce light in the darkness? It's a little insect, very, very tiny. That in Heras become
weaving. Are they weaver? Are they like weaver?
Weavers?
Silkworm, no? Is it a silkworm?
No. I'm not sure, bro.
I thought this is
it's like a very tiny insect, almost like a fly.
Yeah.
In Spanish, we call it luciérnaga. I'm gonna find out.
Mawakata. Kinewa suyawaka shaineya wata. Sukata uyata toata. Suakata.
Glowworm?
Glowworm. Yeah.
or lightning bug.
Whoa.
In US they call it lightning bug.
That's powerful. Sounds Samamakuya.
Firefly. And I say it looks like almost like a fly, and they call it also firefly.
Yeah, I heard they call firefly a lot. Actually, there were a lot of fireflies summertime. I forgot. Yeah, like around summertime.
I
were
love
in the
them.
mountains here. It was like a lot, actually, a lot. At first, I was like, "What is it?" I was like, "It was so many of them."
They are so magic. The way they move.
I was like, I felt like they were like light beings, not just like bugs.
Exactly. Because they move very similar to these sphere beings that I have seen in the sky or in so many places, like moving like, and they move like that, exactly like magic. It's really like magic beings. Actually, why not? They might be really magic. Tuanaka, Ishana. Because they produce a lot of magic in the at night. And it's the females, the ones that do the light, and they attract the males by lighting the bomb.
How interesting.
It's very interesting.
So males they don't have their own light.
The males, they don't have light, but only the females, and that's how this is how humans are extinguishing this insect, because all the how would you call it, all the pollution of light that the humans create with the light from the cities and all of that makes the females to don't produce their own light. So the males, they go to any light in the city, anywhere, believing that the female is there. So they cannot copulate because of all the light that the human keep producing. So we are actually extinguishing these beings.
Yeah, actually, here is like where I'm at, like in the areas in the mountains, is really pure ecology, I would say.
Yeah.
Like and the waters, like some places where I stay, like most of the year, like last year until like recently. I mean, where I'm staying right now is really nice, really beautiful energy too, very pure. It's like I've been like very blessed to be on the very sacred land with like a very multidimensional vortexes and very pure. Like the water was like so pure. There was a creek. I was first drinking from a spring water,
Yeah.
but then later I started drinking from the creek because I realized that it was like very high vibrational and pure water that I could actually drink. I was cold, like plunging and like washing, just like deepening, and then I just started drinking it, and it was like so high vibrational, so pure. So the air was so pure, like the EMF was like very minimal, like very, very, very blessed to be on the sacred lands for
the
a while to
Appalachians,
detox and just like
these are the Appalachians.
Yeah, Appalachian. Yeah.
They are very sacred place. Watakuntuana, very pure nature.
Very, very sacred. Some say they're one of the ancient, most ancient mountains. Some say like they're the most ancient, depending on what, but definitely super, super ancient energies here. Like the most primordial ancient dragon energies, like of creation, like very, very deep, very, very powerful.
I follow a YouTuber who every weekend take his boys, his children, and he go camping outdoors. And he goes to the Appalachian mountains. And every time I watch one of these videos, the vibration from those places are like, wow, yeah, wow.
I mean, I'm right here. I mean, I'm right now right here.
I know that you are, and I've been saying for a long time, you are so lucky. Juana Tatuana.
Yeah.
You know what?
I want to go to Hawaii.
But you want to go to Hawaii because you have finished your cycle already there. That's what happened to us. We finished our cycle and then we want to move. Suanaka to Pusu to Tichana.
Yeah. Also, what I was going to say, something important, and while I was eating my rice, I forgot.
That's a good thing. In the past, we were punished when we were forgetting something. And to me now, that is wonderful. When it happens, it's like I feel so relief. Like, wow, so nice. Tuana, and not having anyone telling me, why you have forgotten that? Shame on you. I say, what? Turu makata, so turu tuku tuana, be free, kawana. Chukuana taka, tishawana. Do you have any codes, Tiara, that you want to share with us?
You mean drawings?
You want to? So akata tuturuwa. No?
You know, it's kind of dark right now.
Another day.
I'm not sure if my camera is gonna pick up right now, but
that's all right, love. I was just wondering. I
shared my the one that came through today on my Facebook page earlier. Yeah, right now, yeah, it's kind of like dark, and yeah, and my phone is dying, so I feel like it's okay.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Are you happy with the session? Are you happy with it? Are you enjoying? Are you enjoying this?
I feel like I'm in so many different places right now. I feel like I'm still half asleep, half awake, half over there, half over here, half another planet.
I feel the same, and I feel the presence also of so many beings. I feel like hybrids observing this joy and love. Takuta, Sawata, Kitana, Tutos, Awana.
I feel like I definitely need more sleep to like rest my body, because I've been trying to figure out what I need, and I ate so much, and I realized that I just ate too much now. I'm like suffering from eating too much, but I also need to sleep. It's like human body sometimes.
So sure.
It's so many different aspects. Yeah, I feel like I definitely need some. And the chickens been so loud all the time. And the cats in another room, they were
don't eat the chickens.
Yeah, they like also go crazy. 3 cats in another room because they are separated, and the dog outside, you know, and all this. It's a lot.
It's because Tiara told me the other day that she ate chicken, so I'm wondering if she's eating the tiny ones.
No, you know, I've been experimenting what my body needs, because it said like, okay, that's what I
love.
had,
I'm totally joking with you. Atatu
No,
mata.
no, I know, but
You
it's
can do
interesting.
whatever you like anytime. Tuana.
It's just
Yeah.
interesting because yeah. There was a moment where I felt like, okay, I'm never gonna eat any animal products anymore.
Yeah, but this
And
is also part of what we were saying before, that there is some stuff that we've been following also and doing and practicing. It can become also part of the of let's say temporal programming that we recreate again by believing that this is the what we should do all the time. And the body sometimes asks for stuff, and if you gave to your body what your body asked for, that's it. I mean, it's you experiencing whatever you want to do an experience. Sakutu and that you're free to.
But it's interesting because I tried and I didn't. The same day I felt okay. Next day I woke up and I felt kind of like heavy, and I feel like mouthing, vibration. I can't over vibrate things, but digestion, like the body, kind of having a hard time to digest things like more like denser foods, like just digest it really in process, because it's like restructuring in the light in giving like light foods and like raw foods, and then when I started giving back to it like cooked foods, or like tried chicken and like cheese was okay, but I feel like the body's still having hard time to like it's get more mucus, like inflammation. I feel like it's just different way how I process it.
And also we need to consider that a lot of things, even if they say that they are organic, a lot of things are processed. What happens is that as a final product, it comes as organic. But I've been checking on that, and a lot of stuff, even the stuff that says that is organic, a lot of it is also manipulated. And our bodies are capable to perceive that. They are sensitive to perceive these substances. I'm gonna start trying heroin and then maybe some cocaine. And let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try to
feel like you need it.
I'm gonna try to get into alcohol and
a few of my friends were actually got caught up in it. Even recently, one of them's actually gone back on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But like from wanting to experience something spiritual or something like that, or just because of addiction?
I'd say it was already there, and actually I ended up working with him, and and he resonated with me. Well, he was a bit of bit of a hard man, but he kind of got him because I ended up, there's a situation that kind of put him in his place, like, and he respects that. But he used to be always asking me, he's like, little stuff, like, he's like, yeah, you're positive, whatever. So I kind of look after him, but he ended up in the streets, and he ended up back on it, like. So it's
very easy to get back to something that you've been addicted to before.
Amazing.
To cushion now.
And I kind of resonate. There's a good few people that have caught up in it, and they do resonate with me, because like I remember even up in Dublin, and I met this guy in the street, and he was chatting to me, and I could see the big heart. So they're caught up in it, but like you kind of see beyond it, because the situations, how they get caught up in it, because a lot of these are situations. So it's yeah, they've been up. A lot of them came from like maybe troubles in families, and I think a lot of us just from young being maybe in situations when you're young, like, and then end up getting caught up in it.
Yeah,
and some of them
caught. You don't see a door to escape.
Yeah, it's tough. And some of them like mightn't even be aware of it, and they'd be like, "No, I'd never do that," or whatever, or never caught up with it. Then they get caught up with it. Like, so it's yeah, it's tough. I'm just amazed. Like, I met this. I got on very well with this. He's actually a Buddhist. He really got into Buddhism, and he used to be speaking. Actually, it was about 4 or 5 years ago. Because when I came back, I think I explained this before. I was working with a Christian who spoke the language. It was more the speaking in tongues, but I could see all the working through the vortexes. It was all quantum. So there was another guy who was a Buddhist, so he's speaking as well, but he was speaking, and then there was me, and I used to be interpreting, like I used to be just breaking down what they were doing, like, because we were building a school, so they're putting in the foundation, energetic foundation, like interlaying the foundation. That was the foundation. So he would take off and bah, 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 bah. So it was like an old tribal thing, like he was he's cutting in the field, and he's bah 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 bah. But a super dude, super really nice guy. But he was telling me a story, like he used to sell drugs, and I'm just amazed that he kicked it, and he was able to kick it because it's so hard to kick, like, and it's a big heart as well. Like I did, like I resonated, like he was like a brother to me, and straight away he was a tough dude. He was a tired man, like, but he was gentle. Like he resonated with me. So, some people he wouldn't resonate with, but I suppose I could see him. I could see the goodness in the dude. Like,
yeah, I think a lot of drug addicts are super lights. What happens is that they find this dense wall too harsh.
Yeah, it is. Well, it is for them, like super.
And they use the whatever drug, they use it as a valve or something to escape. From the pressure cooker. Something to escape, just like a valve.
Yeah.
But I have also had the honor. I have had the honor to meet a lot of drug addicts in the streets. My father is a cardiologist, but not the traditional cardiologist. He was always getting a house in the let's say in the outskirts of the cities, in the places where let's say the most humble people live, or the low class, or whatever, however we want to call Hawana, Takotuana. I don't like to call anything because everybody is a human. Anatuana, Hatuana, Tawana, Tikana, and deserve to be treated as equal. Anaku, those Awana, Tawana. But the thing is that in those streets, every day, because in Spain you play all the time in the street, you are all, because of the good weather, you are always outside. So when you grow up, you are still outside, all the time outside. And if you have this opportunity to live in places like that, you get to meet a lot of people who are involved with drugs. And I met not one, not two, but hundreds and hundreds of beings that I will say today that they were angels, really angels. But they just couldn't cope with the reality, with the
unreal,
with the way they were treated by others, by the discrimination, by the violence at home, many things that were happening around them that they couldn't cope anymore. And to have a chat with them, for me, was a blessing. And for them was a blessing too. A
lot of wisdom too.
A lot of wisdom, yeah.
I remember there's this lady, she's lovely. It's actually, because when I was in Toronto, when I was working in Toronto on the older buildings, I'd go down for a coffee in the morning, and I might get something to eat in a kind of a coffee shop. But it's a franchise actually, so I'd kind of pick up a biscuit or whatever was there and a coffee for the lady or whoever was outside the door, I'd drop it to her. And just when like she really resonated, like she resonated with me, like, and she was super cool. But I didn't see her for about 2 or 3 years. But I think this was like, she was crack. I'd say it was crack. It's a crack. I'd say it was crack actually. And I met her at a train later on. It was like about a year and a half later, because I used to see the one for about a year, I'd say. And as well, I kind of wondered, I was like, geez, I wonder who she was. And then I bumped into her. But she was deteriorating, right? But she was so lovely. And she was telling me she'd gone out to see her daughter, and she was like, and I gave her, she didn't ask for it, but I ended up giving her like 2 or 3 quid or whatever. But she was like so grateful then as well. But she was little stuff like just be happy to see your daughter. So
Yeah.
So
They are very pure.
Jesus, it was tough. Like it's I couldn't imagine. Like everything was gone too, but she was just barely. I'd say she was deteriorating. She was pure deteriorating. But she's such a big heart too. Like it's It's
Every
crazy.
time I ask the other side, they tell us that we are the ones who choose to experience things here in life. Sometimes I wonder, why do we choose to experience such challenging situations? I mean, why we go so far? I mean, it feels like we sort of choose to go through things that we can not overcome, really.
The densities too, though, isn't it? Like so, like for us, like what we're feeling in the field, and for others, then on that have gone beyond the body, transcended the body, that they don't feel the same energetics of what we feel. Like so, we feel the densities. Like so, then the understanding might be slightly different because we're already feeling it. So when it's saying, all right, oh, this looks good over there, or this might look good, but I'm going to do it. But then when you see what you quit to it, and then you're in it, you're like, oh man, I'm in it. Suya kuata. And it's just funny because some of the people who have those near-death experiences, that's their thing, like, because they go back to the light, and then they're like, they don't want to come back. Well, they don't want to come back into the body because they transcend the body and they transcend this reality, and they're like, oh, right, whoa, I don't want to come back, and they don't want to come back. So with them, they come back,
which I understand a lot.
100% the different perspectives. And the same my brother. Like my brother passed away 4 years ago. Same thing again. It's like he's super sensitive, but he put up a kind of a hard man. Like he was known as a tough guy. Like, but so sensitive, so too sensitive for this world, really. Yeah, so they're too sensitive for the world. So they're trying to figure stuff out, know what way to navigate it. And when you're sensitive, you're feeling everything. And no one's actually taught you how to navigate it. You're half the time you're trying to figure stuff out, and that's why. And his drink, he ended up with the drink, so they end up finding some outlet to try to manage how they can distribute the energies, really, because it's so consuming, like, and it's so challenging as well. And
we understand them because we are as well. I truly believe that we are, and that's why we are capable to also manifest these things in this group and let ourselves flow and understand that the point in life is really just to live life and enjoy and flow and share and all of that, because we've been in those moments when we have also felt like this is too much. This is no, and so many times I have said in the past, really take me away, or I just can't cope with this because it's too much. It's just I truly I got to one point where I went to commit suicide,
Mm.
and I went to the middle of a motorway, and I sat in the middle of the motorway, and I closed my eyes. And I don't know for how long I was there,
Whoa.
but surprisingly, there wasn't any car passing in one direction or in the other direction. For
Didn't
all
like-
the time that I was there wasn't any car, brother or sister.
Mm. You weren't supposed to go. Well, you weren't. Well, basically, the mathematics of it, they didn't want you to go.
No,
You
they
weren't meant
didn't
to go.
want me
No.
to go because the reason why I standing up
The
and I
job is
went out of the road is because I felt a hand touching me here in my shoulder and like pulling me, but it wasn't physical because I was looking at my shoulder and I couldn't see anything there. But I was feeling exactly like if a human was touching my shoulder and was pulling me outside of the road.
Mhm.
And then when I start out of the road, I started crying. That was the moment when I realized that I wanted to leave, because during all that time that I went to the motorway, I wasn't even thinking. I was just programmed to go. I was just like if I was a robot programmed to kill myself. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't using my consciousness at all. I just had too much in my system. I couldn't bear the fact of seeing my father raping my mother every night, and my sister and my little brother being abused every other day. And there was one moment that my body just, but like I say, it wasn't like a decision that I sit down and I think about it and I say, I'm going to go. No, I just went to it. I just went to it, and then that's why when I felt the hand in my shoulder pulling me out of the road and looking around me and not seeing anything, but feeling a huge amount of love again. And when a huge amount of love went through my chest, is when I burst into tears, and I started crying and crying and crying. And then my anger came out, and I look at the sky and I say, why did you bring me here? Why I am here if I cannot use the love that I have in my heart? Why I have this heart here? It's nonsense. And all of this was like screaming to the nothingness, really. And the interesting thing is that area that usually is a very busy residential area in the outskirts of the city, there was nobody in the motorway, nobody in the residential area, nobody anywhere. I was like me in another dimension, having that experience, just like that. It was like, because I didn't see even a cat or a dog or an animal, just the trees and the wind and nothing else.
You're the universe.
Yeah,
You're the universe.
My own universe.
You're your own universe. Amazing. When
That's I came to my senses was when I burst into realization and into feeling really fed up of, and then that filling me up of love gave me the strength to come back home and to face the reality again. And after that moment, that day, just 1 year later, is when I found a lawyer for my mother, and then we moved away from my dad. Isanakatu tanakatau tosomana But I will tell you the story about how I found this lawyer another day, because it's a long, long story. And it was also really, really magical, really from a movie, where every time I have shared this with a sister or a brother, they say, fucking hell, this is really like a fucking movie. It really feels like you are making that up. And I say, I truly swear to you, I'm not making anything up. It did happen. And even for me, when I look at the past and I recall those things, I find them like difficult to also believe that I went through all of that.
You're an inspiration for others too.
And that's why when I see brothers in that situation, brother, like in heroin or in any drug, I am with them. Automatically, I am with them. It's not like, are you thinking to go and help him? No, it's not about thinking and helping. It's just that I am with that person. If that person accepts me to be nearby, I am there. If it refuses to have company, obviously I respect and I go away. But just by nature, I am there. It's not about a decision. It's just a frequency connection, understanding.
Yeah.
And I don't have to say anything, really. So often I just sit down with them, next to them, and they look at me and they smile. And then the conversation comes later on, just from being different to each other.
Kuewasa wata, shenewa katiyaka, kienewa moyaka, kuyashakawa, kuwasata, tinuwayawa.
So when you say that they are special, I can say that I have had the best times with them. Many hours of my life.
Kuwasawata, shenewayawa, moyaka, seiwata.
That's why I don't eat chicken, Tiara. Sorry, Wesley, what did you say?
Yeah, it is. I could say something else, but I won't even say it because it's too complex. Yeah, it's too complex.
Yeah. It's also very complex if you don't have people alike who, because a lot of them, they have people alike, but they don't know how to connect and communicate. Often they don't know how to, sometimes because they are trapped in the effects of that drug, sometimes because, I don't know, maybe because sometimes they are resonating the same vibration and they cannot help each other. And when they find somebody from the exterior world who is not judging them or criticizing them, they feel like they can maybe have a hope or an opportunity to just be listened.
Yeah, I get to, exactly, you're not judging them, and then you're meeting them at a place of understanding. Yeah. So the understanding is you could recognize yourself in them as being a brother. So they respect that then. Yeah. I remember even speaking, I ended up speaking to one of us. The first thing he was like, whoa, he goes, what's that? It's like, that's crazy. Where'd you learn that? So, but they're connected. See, that's the whole thing. They're connecting to that then as well. So, this dude really wanted to do the positives because he was all to like, can you teach me some stuff, or could you I'd be really into maybe we should go climb a mountain or something like that. So little stuff like that, So he's really working to be. We're just talking about him actually, during the week, really working to be, just to help himself, but it's challenging.
Very, very challenging.
Challenging. Sanumaya wakata,
It's just like talking to Tiara. I think she fell asleep because I'm teasing her, pulling her leg. No, you are awake.
Good sleep.
I'm sleeping, but I'm laying down. I feel like I'm overate too much rice, and it feels like I was like, why did I eat so much?
You ate a lot of rice.
The rice would be grand anyway.
Yeah, I did. I've been trying to ground myself how to rest, because I did everything I could, and I still have been like vibrating so much that I've been not feeling like I could relax, besides like falling asleep a couple times in between the session. But I feel like I need to turn off my brain and like just being in silence and like recalibrate as long as I need to. Either it be for a little bit or until tomorrow, I don't know, but yeah. I feel like I'm so like upgraded and overcoded, so just energies. I feel like I really need integration before I start going crazy.
What I feel wonderful about these sessions that we do together is that we get to that point where we can listen to our body, where our body reacts afterwards. Usually I sleep like a baby after these sessions, or sometimes I don't sleep in 2 days. It depends in what frequency or needs is my system.
You know, I feel like there is like a lot of soul family connection today going on. Since I did some posts recently and today the codes, and it's been a lot of exchanging.
Yeah.
I thought I got out.
We melt the soul.
It's been a lot of exchanging, kind of like exchanging where everyone is at, you know. It's like connecting with some soul family all day, and sharing codes and downloads, you know, like all the essential things that's happening. And it's just been like usually it's pretty quiet, and it's like bam, it's all at once. I'm just trying to like respond to everyone and like connect and in between, and it's so much energy just like moving, a lot of energy.
That's quite common also when we are feeling a lot of energy going through us, that we can become really, really active also in giving to others. And after maybe 7 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours, 15 hours, sometimes we are really like tired. Really, our body is really like. But yeah, sometimes this giving and downloading and receiving so much, it can become like. And often I need to tell to myself, "Hey, slow down, Ismail. Slow down. Take a break, mate."
Yeah, I already feel it haven't happened to me like that intense, extreme, like past few nights. It's been the most where I've been awake until like 5, 6, 7 in the morning, like kind of sleeping in sometimes later, but like awake all night in the day. A lot of downloads, just very much of data and like information in the codes and in just like all kind of ways, in frequencies and drawings and like all kind of ways, and speaking and singing, you know, just like all of it is just like blah 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 blah, blasting and transmuting and receiving and sharing, and it's like it's been a lot, honestly. I felt like I was at a little break before, and then it just started like really, really going fast and intense. And yeah, I feel like very rapid shifts like happening. Yeah, and very important times, right? This equinox target, like this portal already opened. towards equinox and after. So it's right now like it's very strong energy. Yeah, last year everything shifted for me on equinox, on spring equinox, very strong. And as I believe, and well, that in the true what you call calendar, like galactic, I don't know what do you call that kind of calendar, the true real New Year starts in April and not like in January, like we believe. So it definitely feels for me like I'm still in that old year and like transitioning also to the something very big and new soon, like this. Yeah, it's just a lot of finishing all the old and kind of like feeling like a new mission is unfolding too, that is very unknown to me, in a way of more responsibilities. I feel like more like asking for me to show up, you know, more I don't know, like something I'm still trying to understand what exactly, you know, my higher self is asking me to do for my mission, but I know it's been shifting and it sometimes could be uncomfortable.
Your
Usually it
higher
is.
self, that's something, let me intervene a little bit,
Yeah.
because often we think that we need to do something for our soul or for our higher self. If you want to believe what I'm going to say, believe it, not just believe whatever you want to believe. But it's something that when I got this information, that set me free completely. When I heard that we are not meant to do anything really. Your higher self is not asking you to do anything really. That's what we have been programmed to.
Sooner to tata. And
You
you've
can-
already did it anyway. Kututuakata.
We already did it anyway.
Tata. You've done everything.
I mean,
Sooner the
like
way
there
tata.
is, I mean, we
So
are all here for a reason, and I feel like there are moments that I'm still trying to understand exactly, you know, because there are so many different opinions. Some say, "Oh, we already done it. We just need to rest and do nothing." Some very beautiful, powerful souls for
maybe it's not based in an opinion, because this is something I just say, like, this is my opinion, but this is a way of talking. In reality, this is not my opinion. This is what I feel. That is my truth.
Yeah.
And some other
Yeah.
brothers or sisters, they're going to feel that as truth as well. But if this doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. What I'm trying to say is that when I found that within myself, I found peace. I understood that I don't have to do anything really. I live life like with that freedom of I choose every moment what I want to do. I want to edit a video, I edit a video. I feel like creating music with this looper. I create music with the looper. I feel like playing the djembe. I play the djembe. I feel like charging my crystals. I do that. It's not anymore like something that I have to or I need to.
I guess I maybe expressed it. Sometimes it's really, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm still learning how to find human words to express exactly what I mean. I definitely, yeah, I do want my heart follow my heart guidance, but you know, in my heart, I feel like, you know, I just like observe the reality, and in my heart, I have a desire to share my gifts, to, you know, to bring like this light to the world and to do what I came here to do, you know, like why I came to planet Earth, and I'm tuning in very slowly right now.
And what if I tell you that feeling of wanting to give all your love to everyone, this is gonna be always your nature? and by nature you have already that feeling. And sometimes because we already have experienced that in another reality or in another life experience, we want to force that reality here as well. This is our natural tendency to love everyone and to bring all our divinity to everything that is. Now, sometimes we want to put so much input into it, or so much divinity into it, that we don't respect the natural flow where we are, or every present moment that we are experiencing already for a reason. So it's like we are not, let's say, flowing what we are experiencing. And this is a challenging every day for me. Every single moment for me is like that tendency of I should be doing something else, or I would like to give more. What can I do to give more? And that tendency is always there. But sometimes I also think from outside, and I look at myself from outside and I say, sometimes I'm not making myself happy because I'm not happy with what I already am, or with what I already got. So I am learning to appreciate also at the same time, not only how to expand my divinity, but not to put too much into the intention of spreading that divinity, and let it go more like with a natural flow that I feel that is already happening, instead of putting that. At the end of the day, it's a resistance to nature, because we don't go with the flow. So we want to go faster, because we know in another realities that we have already experienced that we can do things so fast, like in a blink of an eye. But here in this dense world, things take time, take a process. Sometimes we don't have that patience to just go with the flow, really, because we say, yes, I go with the flow and I follow my heart. I am like that. Yes, partially. Because when we become, let's say, upset or disturbed, or let's say unhappy, is because we have created a resistance with what is. We are not really, I don't feel that we are really flowing or really listening our heart. We are listening a part of us that wants to expand, like we already know that we can expand in other dimensions. Well, yes, brother. Yes, sorry, I interrupted a few times already.
I interrupted you. Like it's even understanding what's already understood anyway. So it's like we be chasing for something that already is. So I'm saying stuff, to be honest, even when I say stuff, my logical mind says this, or this isn't my logical mind, because the logical mind will say, right, is this is that, or is that is this, or is this is that? But it's beyond all that, because that's just the format that's been played out here. Like, but we're beyond that then as well. So then we're experiencing what we've already experienced anyway. Siniwa, kunyuwa, shiwa, tuwata, tuwata. So we're bridging all these realities, and then we're stepping back into what already is, because everything is a manifestation of that anyway. And there's a recognizing the understanding from that, which is sueakuatata, which is a vast ocean of consciousness. Suniwata, they're starting to recognize each other. Suakuyakuata on many levels.
And if you go to a psychiatrist, he wouldn't diagnose you with a bipolar. They will diagnose you with multipolar. Because we are going to not only bipolar, which means two, if we are going to so many extremes, that we have the ability to transcend constantly in different directions and different planes and dimensions. So it's not easy, guys. It's just not easy. It's this human thing is not is actually something interesting.
But what I feel though as well is that we're debunking a lot of situations that have been replayed out. So we are definitely readjusting some of the glitches. And some of it it's like the tape has been left on loop. That's what I feel. It's like it's been left on loop. So I feel that we are kind of coming together and saying, right, this is done before. Right, that's done before. What? This is crazy. So the what we're talking about might be known as crazy to some people, but that's the reality. So it is actually kind of crazy when I see it, because this has been played out before. That's been played out before. This. So it's become a conscious aware of that, and then
creating consciousness, increasing consciousness and increasing awareness. And the more we can see that from perspective, and we discern and we identify things, we acknowledge more wisdom that we already are. So they are like sort of reflections, constant reflections that make us or help us to remember a much wider vision of everything that we already know that we are and that already exist.
Exactly. So with the languages, we're connecting with everything anyway. So so we're able to tune into these harmonic resonances and adapt to different levels of understanding, really, different worlds of visions, or you go through whatever, different transmissions or realities that are being played out as well at the same time. But it's tangible. So we're living, we're breathing it, and it's tangible.
Super.
And it's amazing, actually, what you were saying, Ismail, just there as well. And so, with that awareness, which on another level is we're bridging beyond the human perspective, because we're starting to realize, whoa, this is fascinating.
And in a way, we are demonstrating to ourselves that we can transcend what we call density.
Amazing.
But our mind denies that constantly.
But
our experience is telling us, no, you can't. You actually can't do that.
And the humanity, so that's the change in humanity. So we're starting to operate beyond the human being. Understanding, knowing, and
so sometimes I wonder, brother, if it's gonna be really a new world, or it is that world within us that we actually see in a different way because we transcend it. I know that there are a lot of hypotheses or thoughts and opinions on this, but based on my own experiences, maybe I am meant to live all this density because I'm showing to myself that I can transcend all of it. And that's the new world, Tanuana Wanata. Once that I experience, despite the density, I experience happiness. Maybe that happiness is what they meant or they mean about the new world. I'm really wondering. I'm in the process of investigating this, like Sherlock Holmes.
I see many different kind of viewpoints of different things at the same time. It's kind of crazy. I kind of get Buddha's point of view of reality unfolding, like just being present. So if you go through the geometry and the whole thing, it's letting things unfold. letting something unravel, because these all things are just unraveling anything. And then there's like going, it's being the witness, observing things play out. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. But it's even beyond the whoa, 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 because that's more expression coming through. So then you're going beyond that. Then again, is you're just witnessing it all unfold. But what I do feel that what's happening is that there's more people who start becoming more aware of the play and the energetic structures. And I feel what we're doing, we're coming together, we're bridging the connections that we already know, that's beyond the mind, the logical mind. And we are clearing out old fields. And I do feel on a greater level, and it is a greater level, this is the plan. It needs to be cleared out. And when it's cleared out, the patterns don't be repeated, because the evolution of humanity has accelerated, because the viewpoint is at such intelligence, it already knows the pitfalls, really, because they know, right, if we do this to that, this is going to happen to me. But then they recognize, right, this is that. So the mathematics, like the mathematics is already there, but the densities are already there as well. So they don't see, like, and I can't say them because I'm part of it as well. So we don't see that because we're in it. But when we go beyond it, but we're in it at the same time. That's why they used to say, and I would say to even say that, be in the world but not of the world at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Because they're aware of being in it, but they're not getting caught up in it.
Yeah.
But we're in it though, we're clearing it out. So we're in it, but we're clearing it out. So we're in it, but we're clearing it out. So we're going through it to clear it out, but not to get caught up in it as best we can. Because if we get caught up in it, suck us down. But then we're still clearing it out, right?
And it's tough because there is a part of us that look for peace, look for somehow permanent peace. Permanent. There is something that challenges me every day, because there is always a part of me that wants to just be in peace. But with everything.
I just got this here now. So then there's a part of you, maybe, same thing again. I think I'd say, but is that a big, so maybe there's a part of you that is already at peace anyway. So you're searching for something you already are.
That's the feeling, brother. That's the feeling.
That
there is a huge part of me that is already at peace. And then when it comes when comes across with challenges from density, it's like, oh, really? Again? Another thing now? It's like, wow, give me a break. I just want to be in this wonderful place where I feel I can be anytime I want.
There's that, but then there's another side of that then as well. So there's expansion and growth from actually, sometimes it's like I'm getting it, to be honest. The universe is pushing me out. It's pushing me to say, right, you're kind of
that's what they call the comfort zone, and they kick you out and say, come on.
You're not, this isn't a vibrational match for you. Like, so
you can go even to higher experience.
So you've overplayed that role, and even though it's like, this must be this, or for me, financially, it's like, right, I need to do this to save for a house, or do this so I can create my own like energy spot, hub, access point to do whatever, work with energy, maybe create stuff. But then another main point is pushing me out of construction, and just point me different directions. And that as well is like the sometimes the situation is pushing out to expand, to actually bring your intelligence into other streams of existence. Because they need that though. Like, so the humanity needs your bridge to to expand.
And sometimes we wouldn't take that bridge if we don't go into that experience where the universe pushes us towards that direction.
Suakatata.
If we didn't have that challenge, maybe we will stay in the same spot longer.
Sukata, sunuwaka, cycle, sanuwakata,
Cycle,
pinuwata. Exactly, sunuwaka.
Inenesi sumanai. Sumanaina wana kuma. Inakawaka na yene tikiwa. Nawutuine. Thawana kakunesia. Alia kwa kataniwate. Sania.